I guess, Jim, Jason in Charlottetown, congratulations. What's it like to be on to the semifinals after, a tough 3-game series against Bathurst?
Oh, thanks, Jay. Yeah, I mean, I think the quicker you can close a series out, it benefits you the longer you go in the playoffs. Now, we didn't have to go through a first round, but to close this off tonight, not have to put ourselves through any more games in the first round allows us to stay healthy moving into the semifinals. And you know what? It's just it's nice to get the job done. This group has worked really hard all year. It was fitting that they could wrap it up this evening.
Jim Neil Hodge. Sorry, go ahead. Neil. Jim Neil Hodge in Moncton. Congratulations on the series win. Can you just talk about your team's commitment to defense? I mean, only 6 goals against in the entire series. That speaks volumes. I mean, Bathurst had a pretty strong offensive team throughout the season to hold them to 6 goals in 3 games.
Yeah, I thought our team commitment top to bottom was really good away from the puck. And we knew we had a lot of respect for Bathurst. We watched a lot of the games, and they're a quick team. They love to score off the rush. And if you're going to trade rushes, you're going to be in for a long night. So we thought our plan all along was to stay above the puck and get out of the zone as quick as possible. And for the most part, I thought we did a really good job. And if and when we have breakdowns, we've got a pretty good goalie in Ellis back there to save our bacon.
Right. I don't think you trailed all series, Jim. How important was that goal by Casey to start the second period to get you guys the lead again tonight?
Well, I mean, I think we scored the first goal in all 3 games, and you've witnessed this team. Our record when we score first is pretty impressive, and it just gives us a little bit of energy. And it plants a little seed of doubt in the other guy's mind, especially in the elimination game. So I think whoever struck first was going to get a momentum edge. Unfortunately, it was us.
How important was the discipline? I know we talked about it heading into the playoffs, only gave them 2 power play chances and a team that can score when you're given the opportunities.
Yeah, the guys bought in. I think they understand it's playoff time, and you can't let Bathurst go to work on a power play. And we saw they scored a really, really nice goal there this evening. I think it was both teams kind of with the same thing. You want to play aggressive and have an edge to your game. You don't want to cross the line because both teams have potent power plays. So I thought the refs in particular did a wonderful job in all 3 games. They let us play. They let the intensity be like playoffs, but they kept it under control.
Jim, can you just talk about your team? I mean, you guys showed a great ability to stay sharp despite a 3-week break. I mean, I'm sure the first half of the first game worked out the kinks, but I mean, overall, it was quite impressive the way your team stayed so sharp despite the long layoff.
Yeah, I just think we've got a special group, and the credit to our veteran leaders that have that room ready on a daily basis, and they've really led the ship all year. It's been a pleasure to coach them. And I think our first 2 games were really, really sloppy. I think the second period tonight, it started to look like the team that we want to be in terms of the heavy, aggressive forward check, the grind on the cycle. I thought we dominated that period and kind of stole any momentum that Bathurst might have had.
Go ahead.
What was it like being in the dressing room and hearing the excitement in the voices of your players after being able to win something this year after everything they've been through?
Yeah, you know what? It's great to see them be able to celebrate something. They've been alone so long this year that the only time to get together is with each other and see a celebration tonight. But the great part about it is it's not over the top because they know the job's not done. And that's just the way this group works. They enjoyed the moment, but you can see the focus already. Everyone's excited about getting going to the next round.
So what kind of improvement you see on your team that you need to put on to make sure that you go ahead for the next round?
Well, I think you're always trying to structure and our habits or attention to detail. Those are things we've talked about all season. They have to be sharper as you move along. I think discipline was something that was probably a bit of an issue for our team during the season, but it was very, very strong in this series. It's going to have to continue to be that because whoever you're facing at this point in time probably has a pretty potent power play. So discipline's going to be key. And I just think for us, it's our structure and our game. I thought we got back to it. We're a heavy forecheck team. We defend lines or attempt to defend lines as quick as possible. In the first 2 games, that's where I could really see the rust. But it was really nice to see the team back to where we want them to be tonight.
We talked a little bit about this after after Sunday's game, Jim, just on the ability, the need to be better tonight than you were in game 2. Yeah. You maybe touched a little bit about it in the second period where you thought you got back to, but you're proud of how you guys responded after, being able to win game 2, but maybe not play the way you wanted to play.
Yeah, you have to learn to win a lot of types of different games in the playoffs. And I think we saw that in the series. We had 3-0. I don't want to say easy win in game 1, but it didn't feel like a real playoff game, quite frankly. And then the craziness of game 2 at 7-5. And then today was a real playoff game. And I think it was really good for our team that we got pushed. Bathurst scored with 12 minutes to go, and that's a tough time frame and a tough lead. at 2-1, you're stuck in between, the other team's coming. But I thought we did a really good job of just kind of containing the momentum. We didn't make any mistakes structurally in those final 12 minutes, but we needed that. That's what you're going to see. That's playoff hockey.
Jim, could you talk to me about Sean Stewart, what he's brought to your team since acquiring him in a trade?
Well, we're seeing the real Stewie right now. I thought Sean was up and down kind of in his season, but he's a guy this is exactly why we went out and made the move, to have a 19-year-old stay-at-home shutdown defenseman. I thought he was tremendous all series. He's one of our best defensemen all series. He really shone on the penalty kill. He's a real team-first guy. I'm sure you've been around him. You know the character that this kid has and the commitment. So he's a playoff guy. That's what we were hoping for, and he certainly didn't disappoint in this round.
The fact that he was on obviously no playoffs last season, but the fact that he was on a championship contender last season in Moncton and had that winning experience, was that a factor in making that trade?
It most certainly was. In our opinion, Moncton was far and away the best team in the league. Sean was a big part of that team. We've always kind of admired from afar how he played with aggressiveness. It's tough to play against our guys. Didn't like playing against him, but he did. You can see the calmness in him even in this round. He doesn't, because he's been part of a team that was focused on going on a long run.
Thanks. That's all I have.
Sixth season in Charlottetown, really your fifth playoff run, third trip to the semifinals. Can you put in perspective, the success you've had since you've arrived here in Charlottetown?
Well, it's been a wonderful ride. We haven't finished the job the first two times. We want to push even deeper this time, but I think it's a product of having a tremendous amount of good people around here, right from our owners all the way down to our volunteers that help out. We're very fortunate to be part of the Charlottetown Islander franchise. I know my family has thoroughly enjoyed our time here, and it's been a wonderful ride, and we look forward to a lot more good rides.
Just one last question for me, and maybe we don't know yet, but when do you leave for Quebec City?
I don't know yet. We'll get that sorted out here in the next 24 hours, probably. We have to COVID test tomorrow. One thing that's already scheduled here at the rink. So I believe probably sometime Thursday or Friday, I think.
Okay. Thank you very much. Congratulations. And
thanks, Jake.
Next trip.
Congratulations.
Thank you.